Now that we've downloaded Putty, I'm going to start up my Microsoft Windows File Explorer, go to my C drive, go to the temp folder where I stored my file. Look through your list of files and find putty.exe. If you double click on that, it'll launch the application and you'll see the following Putty configuration screen. For the host name, type in busweb.loris.edu or whatever server you happen to be connected to. The port, the default, is port number 22. That just means that that particular server is looking in this kind of hole or port and listening for certain types of internet traffic or TCP/IP traffic. So the default is 22. It works on most machines unless your system administrator has changed something like that. The connection type, you can see there's raw, there's telnet, which is kind of that older system that we talked about before, and then there's SSH. So we'll leave that as SSH or secure shell. A couple other things that you might want to change is under window there's colors, and if you choose colors and check the use systems colors, that way whatever you have set up on your computer for the system color, it'll use that as the default. If you don't check that, it uses like a black screen with dark blue and green on it, and it's sometimes a little bit hard to read. So I'd encourage you to check this use system colors. Then I'm going to go back to the session. I want to load, save, or delete a stored session. I'm going to type in something easy to remember. For example, busweb, and then I'll save that. So this is kind of a one-time thing, all right? Once you've got that set up, next time you start up Putty, you'll just be able to double click on your saved session and it will have all those settings for you. I'll click on open. And because I sat around a little bit too long, it died out on me. So I'm going to check to see if I'm connected to my VPN, and apparently I lost that connection. So we'll see if we can start this up. Got my VPN working. Try starting up putty.exe. I said as before, once we've saved this, I can either double click on here or click once and choose load, hit open, and we've got our connection to the busweb server, or again whatever server you happen to be connected to. So now we're going to type in our login ID. So in this case I'm going to type in JD Online, hit enter. Next, I type in the password. So the password will not display on the screen. It doesn't put in asterisks or anything. So whatever you need to type in as your password is given to you by your instructor. Type that in. I'm going to type it in here and hit enter. And once you've done that, you should be logged in. You'll know that you're logged in is because you're going to see something that ends in a $sign. That $sign is called the Linux prompt. Now I don't want you to actually type in Linux prompt, I'm just typing that in there for you so you can see what it is. But what I'll do is I'm going to type in a Linux command, for example the ls command, which will list out any files and folders that I have set up on this server. Hit enter and you can see I don't have anything. But if I try another command, who am I, and hit enter, it tells me that I am JD Online, and it lists out some information about where I'm logging into and work with this. So that's what we do to start up Putty and log in. And next what we're going to be doing is playing around with some different Linux commands, and we'll do that a bit later. So before we leave, what we always want to do is we want to type in one last Linux command. It is the log out command, and it will shut down our system and we're back to normal.